Josh Warrington versus Patrick Hyland was the main event on Sky Sports in Leeds. Very good card actually, very solid. We'll go from kind of the bottom to the top. I know in the previous video went from top to bottom, so this one will have a change and we'll go from bottom to top. I do have the sort of fights, and I will go through them just in case I forget once I've put all of them down. Sam Egington won in one round, I think it was. Good comeback. I mean, at least he's on the winning trail, but would have liked to see a better opponent, I guess. The opponent was terrible, so we can't really gauge anything. We can't really say it's good, actually, to be honest. But, at least he's got a win under his belt, some momentum going, so hopefully he gets another fight. Fairly swiftly. He didn't take any damage, obviously, so yeah. Frankie Gavin won in six, I think it was. Six, well, something like that. He won the final round of his fight, and not really impressed by Frankie Gavin. I'm not really a fan of Frankie Gavin. You know, good skills but no power. Fighting at the wrong weight class, lack of discipline. Many things, and I don't know what's going to happen with him and Sam Egington. We'll have to wait and see, really. I don't think he can do as good a job as Bradley Skeet did against Sam Egington. So we'll wait and see. That'll be in October time, I think, in Birmingham. Um, you know, Felix Cash fought on the fight on the bill. Sorry, I think he won obviously. Didn't see much of it, but yeah, good win for him, I guess. Momentum. He's middleweight, so they're gonna push him. Probably try to, say he's going to beat Golovkin or something anytime soon. The Matchroom hype is real. Let's put it that way. But yeah, another British middleweight, so he's coming up, getting a few wins under his belt. Um, Ryan Burnett, very good. Very very good bantamweight prospect. I think he's got the talent to go all the way. He's a fantastic fighter. And he's with a great trainer in Adam Booth as well. So some deficiencies that he may have, Adam Booth will certainly help mask over them, certainly. So yeah, they're talking about world title fights in a couple of fights time. I wouldn't be surprised. We can look at the bantamweight champions, Lee Haskins. I think he could beat Haskins right now. WBC Yamanaka, possibly. Yamanaka's had a lot of experience. He's fighting Moreno in a rematch. So yeah, I could see him beating them in a few fights time, but Haskins possibly now. Jimmy McDonnell, I don't think he can beat him now, but maybe in a few fights time that would be a great fight. Him and McDonnell. Rau'shee Warren, pop maybe. I'm not sure. Few fights time again. Um, there's a Thai fighter, I think it is, or a Chinese fighter. There's some sort of Asian fighter who holds a WBO. I've never seen him. So I'd expect Burnett to beat him. But Burnett's still got time. He's very young, and he can develop. I'd expect him to go far in the sport. I think he's a very very good fighter. Gamal Yafai against Josh Well was a very very good fight. Unfortunately, it wasn't televised, and it probably cost Sky Sports more so than it did not to broadcast the fight. A lot of fans complained on Twitter, and I saw a lot of fans complaining on Twitter. So you know it was a very very good fight. Gamal Yafai showed some good skills. He's improving all the time, and Josh Well was tough. He came forward, game never stopped. Showed a lot of heart, a lot of passion. So yeah, it was what it was. A good, really solid domestic dust up for the Commonwealth strap, super bantamweight strap. So and we know Josh Well gave Gavin McDonnell a massive run for his money. Got a draw in that fight. So really solid win for Gamal Yafai. Tommy Cole versus Tyrone Nurse. Another really good fight, probably fight of the night. That or Gamal Yafai versus Josh Well. One of those two. Very, very good fight. Tyrone Nurse is just an annoying fighter for me, though. He has such good skills, similar to Bradley Skeet, skills wise. but he just wants to get involved in a tear up. I don't know why, but I think his mind and his heart just take over him. He doesn't stick to his boxing, and I think he needs to move trainer. If sorry, if he's not listening to his trainer, I think that's it. Or if it's maybe just his heart and his gut instinct is saying just getting involved in the tear up, then he needs to kind of curb that, because this guy has a potential to go right to the top. I think of the super lightweight division. For me, he can beat Ricky Burns if he really just boxes from the outside and stick to a really good game plan. He can move, he can fight on the inside as well. He can fight on the outside. He's got a good jab, fast hands. He's got everything. But I don't know what he's doing, getting involved in the tear up. I think he won this fight 7-5. It was a very, very close fight. I know Eddie Hearn said he saw Tommy Cole winning. I couldn't see him winning. Tyrone Nurse just a bit better work. He got his punches, eye catching punches, and combinations. So I had him winning 7-5 that fight, but very good fight. Tommy Cole can come again. He's a people pleaser. He's he's basically the people's champion. His style, everything, he puts it all on the line. So credit to him. Um, Luke Campbell, Luke Campbell against Argenis Mendes. Luke Campbell got knocked down early in the fight. He was off balance. He wasn't really hurt, but he really needs to polish up defensively. Argenis Mendes, we didn't really learn much from this fight. I know Mendes was a former IBF super featherweight champion, but we didn't learn much from the fight. It was because he didn't throw. So I think Luke Campbell struggled a bit more. He didn't get to show off some of the stuff he might have learned with Jorge Rubio. But defensively, I think he's open at times, and he needs to really tighten up on that if he's gonna progress to progress at world level and try and win a world title. They're talking about Andy Crawler on Twitter. Loads of people. That's a fight I would love actually as a British fan. But is he really ready at this stage? I think he needs to be carefully managed at this point in his career. The loss to Ivan Mendy was a very, very good loss, actually, to be honest. He deserved to lose that fight, and it's done him much, much better to lose that fight rather than struggle at this sort of fringe, fringe European or fringe world level, and not sort of make the necessary improvements. I think he still has that pity patty style of the amateurs, and he needs to get rid of that and really fully transition from the amateurs to the pros. Something like a Oscar Valdez, possibly. Something that I see in Oscar Valdez is that he doesn't really have a limit at the moment. He just continually progressing. Luke Campbell might get caught out by the top guys in the sport because defensively he's shaky, and footwork sometimes is slightly sloppy at times. Hence why he got knocked down. But he's got time. He's 29, but he needs to get a move on. He really needs to make the necessary improvements to hit the top level. Andy Crawler is a good fight, but I still think he needs, two tough, really, really tough world level fights, and then he'll be ready if he comes through them well. Dillian Whyte versus Dave Allen. Dillian Whyte won by wide unanimous decision. I gave him all 10 rounds on my scorecard. Dave Allen, he's a novice, and I actually said Dave Allen would win, so I got this horribly wrong. But Dillian Whyte, he came out, he boxed, but I wasn't impressed. He was gassing after the 6th round heavily, and Dave Allen showed a really, really good chin, excellent chin. So what he was renowned for, he definitely lived up to that. But Dillian Whyte, the jab was slow. He came out as a southpaw for no reason. He was just, I don't know if he was mucking about. I really don't know what he was doing, and I don't know what he was playing at. But Dillian Whyte, the overriding problem with Dillian Whyte for me is his punch technique and his conditioning. Awful, both awful. And I think, he slaps his punches, and conditioning wise, mate, he needs to lose a hell of a lot more weight to to really get past British level, because at the moment it's not he's not a European or a fringe world level or world level fighter, like some of the people are saying. Some of the people are saying he's top 15, top 20. I wouldn't even put him in my top 25 if I'm honest. He's good. He can develop, but at the moment he's probably just outside the top 30 or just inside the top 30, like right at the bottom. But yeah, he needs to really improve and improve significantly to kind of move past the British level. Sam Sexton possibly next. I think he beat Sam Sexton pretty handily. But they're talking Derek Chisora, David Price. They'd be good matchups if he wants them. But he's gonna have to improve a hell of a lot more from this performance against Dave Allen to try and beat the likes of Chisora, Price, those sort of guys. The main event, uh, Josh Warrington versus Patrick Hyland, terrible fight. I'm, I'm just putting it out there. This was a goddamn awful fight, and I never want to see this fight ever again. Patrick Hyland or Pajo or whatever you want to call him was absolutely terrible. Josh Warrington, showed good sort of skills, what he does, but for me the opponent was limited. I'm open in saying that I thought he was a sort of Highland was a sort of southern area British level fighter. He's not any better than that. He's in between that, maybe English level. I don't know, but not that that's a bad thing. But I mean, if Josh Warrington wants to fight for world titles, he's got to be better opposition than Patrick Hyland. Amagasa for me is better than Patrick Hyland, and that's saying a lot. This was a step down for me, and you know, just I can't see Warrington beating the top guys at featherweight. I think he's number one. He's not mandatory yet, but he's number one in the WBC rankings for Gary Russell Jr.'s WBC featherweight title. He'd get absolutely dominated by him, dominated and murdered probably by him. Lee Selby, I think Lee Selby's just too good for him. Carl Frampton, I think, is too good for him, and Oscar Valdez, I think, would decapitate him as well. So, I can't see him hanging with the top guys. He's definitely around the Euro fringe world level kind of, but certainly not the cream of the cream at featherweight. And I think he's really going to struggle. Patrick Hyland, I think he needs to call it a day. I think he's like a part-time boxer, honestly, if I'm honest. I don't think he trains full time or anything like that. He missed weight by 2.5 pounds, so unprofessional and that sort of stuff. Maybe it was tactical, but didn't do him any good. I didn't give him a round, so yeah, that's my view on that. But yeah, main event was absolutely terrible for me. That's my overriding. That's my overriding comment on the main event. But the rest of the fights were pretty decent. Here and there we learned a few things. So yeah, definitely. Um, Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please give the thumbs up. Put your comments down below. Let me know how you found the Leeds Bill. What fights you enjoyed. How did you score the fights? Anything you guys picked up on, and any fights you'd like to see going forward. Um, as I said, if you enjoyed the video, please give a thumbs up, subscribe and share so it gets out to a larger boxing audience. Let's help the channel grow, develop, and yeah, take care, guys. Speak to you soon. Peace.